Good afternoon. This is the Tropical Storm Cristobal briefing, 4 p.m. Wednesday, June 3rd. I'm Tim Destry, a meteorologist with the National Weather Service New Orleans Baton Rouge office. Tropical Storm Cristobal made a first landfall in Mexico in the Bay of Campeche area today. It is forecast to meander around the Yucatan area for the next couple of days before finally moving northward into the Gulf of Mexico over the weekend. There's still higher than average uncertainty, though, regarding the exact track and intensity forecast. Currently, the greatest threats are expected to be heavy rainfall and coastal flooding. We are also expecting wind impacts, but the degree of that is going to depend on the exact track and intensity. So here's the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center. You can see the forecast is for the storm to meander inland from the Bay of Campeche lower Gulf area near the western Yucatan Peninsula for the next couple days. And then you see a point up here at 1 a.m. Saturday, so Friday night, emerging back over the southern Gulf of Mexico. And then the general track, looking at the cone here, this is the most likely area where the storm will make a landfall. But the forecast center of the storm is expected to be coming up just off the Louisiana coast at some point Sunday afternoon, making a landfall and then being inland getting into Monday. So at this time, forecast to be a pretty strong tropical storm, but still a lot of uncertainty regarding, like I said, both the track and the strength. But confidence is growing as time passes here that we're going to have some direct impacts from Cristobal in our region. This is the earliest arrival time of tropical storm winds, and also some of the percentages as far as chance of sustained tropical storm winds at this point. Like I said, this could go up with time, but as far as the timing for the earliest reasonable arrival time, you can see by late Saturday or Saturday evening, tropical storm force winds could be arriving on the southeastern coast of Louisiana and remaining areas to the north by early Sunday morning. Now that's the earliest reasonable time. The most likely time, though, is for the tropical storm winds to begin Sunday during the day in our region. And these probabilities that are listed are 20 to 30% chance for the sustained tropical storm winds, roughly all points from Grand Isle to west of the Atchafalaya River, and 10 to 20% at all other locations across southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. Of course, once again, these probabilities are likely to increase with time if the track continues in this general direction. So once again, as far as potential impacts, confidence is moderate that we're going to have an event that will be occurring in our area. However, the confidence is low to moderate regarding specific impacts. However, going through the list here of things to be concerned about, there is a threat of sustained tropical storm force winds that is increasing across our area. Also, minor coastal flooding will be possible due to prolonged and strengthening onshore winds. More significant coastal flooding impacts are dependent on Cristobal's eventual track and intensity. One thing for certain is that a wet period is expected through early next week, with several rounds of heavy rainfall possible. The heavy rainfall is expected mainly over the weekend, with locally seeing some rainfall totals possibly exceeding 10 inches. One other concern with landfalling tropical systems is tornadoes, and a few tornadoes may be possible over the weekend, depending on Cristobal's eventual track. And finally, dangerous marine conditions are definitely expected across the coastal waters beginning Friday and persisting through the weekend. We always encourage you to follow us through our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter with the handle NWS New Orleans, and also our webpage, weather.gov/New Orleans, all one word. Also, other web pages that you should utilize are www.hurricanes.gov, and also the webpage listed below for our office's tropical page. And also a general reminder always this time of year, whether we have storm threats or not, is to always be prepared. You can go to ready.gov to find information on preparedness. And also, if you stream back through our Twitter feed, you will see lots of preparedness information as well regarding threats from tropical systems. Thanks again for watching, and have a great evening.